First of all, I just want to say Happy New Year to everyone, and I hope you had a nice holiday and everyone stays safe and all that. So on to the good stuff. Christmas is over, and I got some shiny goodies under the tree this year. Silicon bronze ingots. It's about 50 pounds of the stuff here. Delicious silicon bronze ingots. I cannot wait to try casting this stuff. It's supposed to be great to work with. Got some high temp aluminized Kevlar gloves, which if you've watched me trying to skim crucibles, you might have seen me having to toss a piping hot leather glove to the side and grab a new one now and then. Hopefully these guys are gonna save me that hassle in the future. Fits pretty good. I can grab my tools as needed. Also, another Christmas treat. I don't know why it's named after people who use electronic cigarettes, because what it really is, come on, a new saw. Yes, finally got portable bandsaw, which is going to be good for hacking sprues off of castings and for chopping giant bronze ingots into smaller pieces so they won't crack my crucible in half and overflow it or what have you. This thing's got variable speed on it. I've already put the blade on. It works, but I haven't tried cutting anything with it yet, so let's get to it. That was quick. Remember this guy? Finally got around to getting him off his sprue. That was a lot more fun than this guy. Or even this guy, to be honest with you. Well, I had to bring this inside. It's a couple days later. It's 23 below out here up in Canada. That's in Celsius. That'd be about around -10 for you guys in the US. And that's a bad time to pick up a bronze ingot with your bare hands if you don't like getting frostbite. This stuff just sucks the heat right out of your fingers. Don't tell my wife I'm doing this in the kitchen, alright? Woo! Times. Look at that. Wow. So, that is silicon bronze. Not too hot to touch or anything like that. It's nice, looks clean. I don't see too much porosity or anything. I think this is like a test of that, but this will hopefully I'll be able to get like smaller pieces like this to start melting in the crucible faster than putting a whole brick in. And then once they get a little bit melted, start adding more bits. Just building some stuff.
Okay. Can you help me?
Yeah. I think I might have got away with it. Do you want to say hi to internet weirdos?
No, I don't want my hair is all messy and gross.
So, here's how much bronze shavings and a couple of Christmas tree needles I swept up just real quick after doing that first cut. Here's the other side of it, by the way. So yeah, it's a lot lighter looking on the inside than some of the ingots are on the outside. It's nice shiny stuff. I'll get out some of the aluminum bronze after and you can compare side by side. Excuse me. More shiny silicon bronze. Beautiful stuff, really. Yeah, it's gonna be fun to melt it. I'm gonna, 50 pounds sounds like a lot, but stuff's gonna go fast. Gotta make this stuff last a while. Alright, one more cut. More sweepings after 2 cuts. That worked out alright. That's interesting. There's a little bit of shrink in here right in the middle of the ingot. Well, here we have our silicon bronze ingot into 4 pieces for quicker, safer melting. Surprising how red it looks compared to the aluminum bronze. didn't think of it as looking red before I put them side by side, but it really does. Where they've been cut, difference isn't as much. You know, I suppose it looks redder than the aluminum bronze, but it's more noticeable that the aluminum bronze is a little more golden colored, to me anyway. Certainly not as big a difference as when you're looking at the cast surface. Anyway, look at this ingot. It's nice and smooth, shiny. Right, not that shiny, but nice and smooth. Hit the top of it. Looks like gilded oatmeal. All foamy. This dross and foam stuff that forms when there's the least bit of splashiness if you're working with aluminum bronze. A lot of people on YouTube playing around, having fun, making their own aluminum bronze. This is actual stuff I purchased, and this is how it behaves when you pour it. Guys making hammers. I made an axe. People making like machine parts that need exceptional hardness and can be cast at home. That all makes sense. But in terms of just for like ease of casting, I can't wait to try this stuff, because this is how this stuff behaves when you pour it. I guess aluminum's cheap, so it's easy to make if you got a lot of copper, if you're trying to make a shiny video. But just making like stuff to be shiny and golden colored, there's better ways to do that are easier to work with than aluminum bronze. Like the silicon bronze. If you look at the surface of this ingot, you don't see any foamy bubbles. It's smooth, except for where I cut it. You know, much nicer to work with, and that's why it's favored by people who cast things like statues and whatnot. Of course, there's, you know, yellow brass for decorative stuff, but anyway, this stuff should be less difficult to get good results with. Speaking of bad results, still got to melt down these dogs and light switch covers that didn't work out. Here's all the leftovers from my pours this year. I still got half a bucket of the little helium nuggets from my stack melter. That if you've been watching, you saw me running that thing earlier this summer. So this stuff is, almost all of it is from castings I poured using the results of that burn. And I've still got probably half of it left. That can't be right? I mean, this looks like so much aluminum. Some big bricks in there. It was only 3 wheels. And some of it was from the previous year's melt. A couple ingots though, that's it. Yeah, you really get a lot out of those stack melters. And another thing, another little mini rant about dumb stuff you see on YouTube. The muffins. I really don't like using these muffin pans. The ingots are so small, you gotta pour so many times just to get rid of your extra metal. But this is all the same stuff. Use good cast aluminum. You see they're pretty flat on top. You guys melting pop cans, I know that you guys, when you pour your muffins, there's a big dip in the middle. It shrinks way down, right? That's what you get when you use good quality cast aluminum. A lot less shrinkage, so you can make better castings with a lot less effort. You can spend half your time designing risers and stuff to deal with the shrinkage you get from using extrusion or pop can metal. But why not just get some old alloy wheels some guy doesn't want anymore? You know, you'd probably get it on Kijiji or Craigslist, wherever, depending where you live. Pretty cheap. Or if you know, like a recycler or a scrapyard or something that will sell to you. You know, meet some guys at a tire repair shop or something like that. Automotive castings, good scrap to melt if you want to make your own stuff at home without too much difficulty. Got some old sprues there, runner. Yeah. So, you know what, I think one thing I might do with some of this is make another set of those antlers in bronze. That should be fun. But that might be next spring. I'm going to save this stuff till then. Still hoping to cast the house numbers, but I'm probably doing that in aluminum. If I do get that house number done, it'll probably be the last thing I cast until spring. So this is what I'm going to have to work with next summer, plus 2 more of these big ingots and another half a bucket of pellets of aluminum. Not sure what I'm going to make, but temperature's supposed to go above 0, that 0 being when water turns to ice here in Canada on Monday. And if I get a chance, if my sand thaws out, I'm going to try and make the house number mold. No guarantees I'll actually pour it right then, but once it freezes again, the mold should stay good inside my bench until I'm ready to pour it. I hope. One final thing. Here's all the dust and shavings from sawing up that ingot. It's pretty fluffy. You know, if I were to compress it down, I really don't think it would amount to much. This glass does not feel half full. Feels more than half empty. So I don't think I'm losing too much by using the saw to break this thing up. For how much easier it's going to make it to work with these ingots, I say it's worth it. Anyway, thanks for watching.